Hey, it's Mark from StockPursuit.com and DynamiteStocks.com and the Substack. I just want to go through some of the stocks that really caught my eye today, and I went through my usual scans, and I just did a really brief look through them. I already found some interesting things, so I just wanted to report what I found and go through what happened today with the markets. So the thing that really caught my eye today was the Home Builders ETF, the sector ETF XHB. So if you look at the chart, I've been following this one for a while now, and we had this really clear down channel, and then we broke out, and then we retested this rounding top confirmation level there. So it did a rounding top up here, and I was looking at that even when it happened too, and I was like, that's like a rounding top, and then we broke down, and then we broke down again to another level. So this level here is like really clear too. Like, see how it touches off it a lot of times, and it gapped down there off of it, and then came back, tested, failed. So that level there is really big. It's about $78 on this ETF. And so when we broke out a channel, we went back up and tried to go through it again, and it failed really bad. And of course, it's the overall market too, but I especially noticed this ETF because it was down so much during the day. Like at one point, it was down over 4%. It was down 4% on the day. So that's a pretty big down move nowadays with the VIX where it is. So there's a lot of destruction here in all these stocks, like these home builders. So it was kind of like turning into an uptrend, but it turned out to be a bear flag because it was going up and then it went back down again, kind of like what it did here, like that bear flag there. You can see it right there. So the technicals in this are really weak at the moment, and so I think it's going to have more downside, over the next couple months. But we've seen like in the past, it's kind of bounced off a big sell day like this before, like here and here. It had little bounces, but that was a little one. That was kind of a bigger one, but I think even if it bounces, it's gonna have a lot of trouble because this rounding top pattern is kind of playing out. So that could be like a really long-term top, like for the year for sure. I think at this time it looks like a big rounding top. So when I saw that happen, I was watching the Dominos results, and Domino's quarter was bad just because they couldn't grow revenue to me, and the market reacted negatively too, and the stock was up a lot at one point and then lost all its gains after the news. So the reaction to the news is pretty bearish right now. So it looks like it's going to keep a bearish move based on the earnings report. So the earnings were actually pretty good. I guess there's maybe some one-time things. I didn't really look at their earnings. I just noticed the revenue was down. So I mean, if they're not growing revenue, that's not good at all. Like they've historically grown, really well. So that's a really big thing for them to not grow revenue. And yeah, I think it's probably be a gap down. Like I was about to buy the puts, but I really wanted to go like deep out of the money, and it's still in a channel. Like it's in a really long channel. Like see how it's been sideways for a really long time, for over a year, and I just think there's a possibility that it just stays in this channel for a while, and before it may not test the lows for a while. It may take a month or two, or longer than a month. Because I was gonna buy the November puts for like around this around the support, but I just don't know if it's gonna get there fast, and it likes to gap up too. So it's I I thought the better trade was based off of the housing ETF. So instead of doing the XHB straight up, I bought some Redfin puts because I've been watching this one too like a hawk, and the Redfin, like a lot of these days here, I mean the market had a big little squeeze pop up, because it was so oversold, and there was like a big market recovery, like you can see with the Nasdaq recovered, but I guess SPY would be more in line with that. So you can see like it had a big pop, on that back in on the 6th, and then the market was up 4 days in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was like pretty brutal squeeze, bear rally. Like these bear rallies can be really volatile. So I noticed that, and then I was looking at my watch list the whole time, and the RDFN on the 6th, on Friday the 6th, when the market popped that first day, Redfin was down on the day. It actually gapped down and was red on the day. Well, I think it might have finished about break even, but yeah, it was like barely break even, like around break even, but it just had zero momentum off of the market push. So to me, that's a signal. Plus the other signal is this big gap down, and it's kind of like a long-term, it's been company's been struggling for a while, since the 21 peak, and that failed rally, because I tried to do a rally here, and get some momentum, and then off of earnings it failed there on a big gap down, and that kind of set the pace for what it's been doing. And what it's been doing is just a straight downtrend, down channel, where to me, like I've seen these so many times where the stocks barely can get a green day. Like you see these green days are just consolidations waiting for the next big red days, and there's no day range. And there's some day range because there's gaps, but it's just really in this downward spiral, I would say. And I've seen these a lot of times in stocks where kind of this exact same pattern was this gap down, and then they just fade out slowly down. And today we hit a new low. Like I wasn't sure because it kind of paused around there, but it finally hit a new low today. It cracked that level there, and when it cracked it today, I got some puts. I got I think I got a month out. Yeah, I got some puts on now still. I got the November 17th, which is good because that gives me time. It gives me some time for it to get down to my strike, which is $5. I got the $5. So I was pretty confident in this setup because it's a breakdown setup, and it's got that gap down at some point too. Like I found a lot of signals with gap downs. I mean, like if you watch my videos, they've kind of been coming to fruition, just by watching how they act after the gap downs. Like that would have hit my gap down scan. And if you look at the sector too, that's kind of what's been helping a lot too. I'm picky on my sectors. I'm really picky on, I want a weak sector and a weak chart. So especially if it's weak when the market's green. So anyway, that's a great setup. And it was like, I'm already in it, but I still think it's going to have a lot of downside, of course. And I found a Supernova that's been going for a while, and it just continues to go, and it's pretty sketchy. It's this GDHG. And I thought maybe it was a SPAC or something when it first came out because it has no it has no trading history past this year. Like it apparently IPO'd or um, it got on the exchange in April, and then Golden Heaven. It's kind of a weird name for a American company, but then I looked at it, it's actually Chinese. So yeah, this GDHD. I've seen it in my scans, but it wasn't up enough to be like a real supernova. So I was right in that, just kind of letting it go. Because at one point it was up like 200% or something, but it wasn't up enough. But now it's up enough. Like it's a Chinese company. It's based in Nanping, China. It says they got 600 employees. It's definitely Chinese though, and then it's an offshore holding company, development, construction management of amusement parks. So, and it's in China. So I just found that was weird that it's up so much. But their financials, they got some revenue, so it's not total. It's not like doesn't seem to be a shell or a shell company or anything. But who knows? But the charts just like it went from $3 to $10 in about a month or two, about a month and a half. So it's going supernova right now, and it's above the upper Bollinger Band too. I got that off, I think. No, it's on. Yeah, see, there's the upper Bollinger Band. And last time I did that, it came down, but I mean, it may even keep going. It's just like super strong right now, but at some point it's gonna crack. So I'll be watching it. Like I doubt there's any options, but for you short sellers out there, I'm sure there's a broker with shares. Yeah, and the volume's not super light too, so there's probably a broker with shares. I mean, I think TradeStation might even have some, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. I haven't checked, but it's turning into a good one now. I mean, hopefully, if it goes like 15 or something, that'll be like perfect. But anyway, that's a good one. And the other one, I went through my gap down scan. Oh yeah, since we're talking about supernovas, we can talk about GRTS. So I really nailed this one. It's down again today. Like I said, it was going to go. It was a good setup back here after that bad print, and I'm still holding my puts. Like I got conviction on this setup playing out. So, but my puts are up. My puts are up 125% right now. So that was a good one, and I'm gonna take some off tomorrow. Like no matter what it does, really, because you got to lock some profits in. But that's a good one. It's still a good one. I think it's gonna come down more. And the other one I found another breakdown, a good breakdown one in my breakdown scan, or I think it was the gap down scan. I found in my gap down scan, I found a REIT, a real estate investment trust, and this one's it's a residential mortgage-backed securities REIT, and they haven't been doing well for a long time. Yeah, I mean, it peaked a long time ago. Yeah, this one it wasn't up that much in 21 either. Wow. Yeah, this was a $70 stock. It was a $70 stock in 2014. And it's been down, and now it's $7 stock. But I noticed it in my gap down scan. I saw this bear flag. That was a really nice bear flag, and I don't know. I missed it on these days here. That would have been a really nice bear flag to short, but I found it here, so it's still a good setup. Like this first day off a bear flag, and a breakdown. It's just broke down too, so this could be a multi-day downside runner. So I'm gonna look at puts on this one, but for sure this is a good short still. I mean, look at the volume is really good too. Had really good sell volume today, but the bear flag was just perfect. I mean, and a gap down, that was like a really good setup in the morning. So and it likes to go down a lot of days too. Like the thing I love about these breakdown plays and these shorts, like they go down a lot of days in a row. Like, I mean, there it's basically down. It went down 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks in a row. Pretty much it's down every week convincingly. I'm just looking at the options on this one. Wow, it's trading options. That's great. Yeah, the premiums are really cheap too. The October 20th $8 strikes are like 60 bucks a contract. The $7 strikes are $5 a contract with a 49 IV. The IV on the $8 is 39, and the Novembers are liquid. I mean, these all look really liquid too. I mean, it's not super liquid, but the spread's good enough for me. So I might look at the October or Novembers, like the it's got 750s on the 750 strike on the Novembers. Well, that's nice. It's like 45 bucks a contract. So this is a good one. And especially this has options for me. So that's a good short too. I'll just put that on my main watch list here. I noticed the Victoria's Secrets too. The Victoria's Secret there. This looks like a failed rally. It's kind of like the XHB. It's just like it hit that. It's got that downtrend level there. That line. And it looks like it just couldn't make it up there either. It couldn't make it back to that level. So, and the volume today was huge. Really unusual on high volume. So I mean, like Victoria's Secrets is a short too. If it breaks down below yesterday's low. If it's like 15. Well, let's see, what is it on the actual, we'll find a good level here. Let's see. Yeah, there's a double top right there. Double top. And then it cracked it there. And then we've got this, it's actually like a triangle. We've got a triangle there. So yeah, there's like a triangle right there. So it's probably like, it's got another half day where it might stay inside that triangle, and then it's going to figure out what it's going to do. But There's some pretty good blocks on the, looks like on the buying volume though. But I mean, the only clear level would be, yeah, a break below here, a break below 1457, because it's got a lot of chop here, so I don't see a really good level other than that. So it's still figuring out what it's gonna do, because you see it basically kind of hammered today almost, even though it was down. So it's got to prove it's gonna come down again. And I noticed that the semis were really strong today again too. Like they actually broke above. They broke above that major level there. Of what's been this down channel. See that down channel there? They broke. They barely. Well, they kind of kissed off it really, but it was above it momentarily. But it basically, like, yeah, it held. It hit this channel resistance, like that had drawn up, and so it's pretty likely to come down now. But they've been so strong, who knows? But based on the technicals, the technicals are saying it's gonna come down because it hit that level and that level. So it'll at least probably rest tomorrow, but we'll see. And a lot of my bank like REITs were down today. These charging stocks have been great. The EVgo is even down today. EVgo broke down again. Still got those puts. Got pretty much have puts on all of the charging stocks. The Blink and the EVgo and CHPT. So the EVgo's, my puts are actually up 33% now. So I got the $3 strike EVgo. I think I bought those when it was like at over $4. But I just have a lot of faith in this one. And it's at a nice breakdown. It's just a new low today. It's really good. And the NTNX, that one I noticed too. I talked about this one in a video a while back. They had some buyout speculation last year, like in December or in 2022, and somebody thought they're going to get bought out somehow, and stocks held up really well, and then it held that level there really well again, and then just broke out again. It's like a new high. So this is really nice. Like looks like it's gonna pull back though, because it's just printed a doji after like 5-day run. So, but that's a good one. Like I think like long dated calls are good on that one. Like if it's got like December or January calls or leaps, and those are good. Because they may still get bought out. I mean, who knows? In the meantime, it's breaking out. And TLT was pretty weak, and that may be a signal, because the yields were definitely, the trend of these bonds has been, weighing on the market, and this reversal here, I think, could be a signal with, that yields are gonna go up. But I haven't been following that super closely. Like, I just follow TLT for like kind of like the long-term bond, indicator, but like I don't follow like the 10-year that much. But I'm sure those are probably the same. So that could be something going on here. Could mean the market's going to switch back to the downside again. It kind of feels like it today. And IWM just really failed to hold above this down channel, and it just came back down inside. So to me, that's really bearish. Like, it looks like it wants to go back into this down channel and then continue down. But the semis were just like really strong, but that's at a level 2 now. So man, yeah, it doesn't look good for bulls here, at least for these things. But of course, a lot of tech's up. Like Google's amazing. Like it keeps breaking out. It could be just a pause today, but that's my channel lines right there on Google. It's got a clear up channel. So as long as it stays above this channel, it's looking pretty good. No, I was really wrong on that one. I really thought like AI search was gonna disrupt it, and it still may in the future as more people catch on to, you know, apps like Perplexity, and they use Bing. They use like the Bing ChatGPT, but because the Bing browser runs GPT-4 in creative mode for free, and it's not quite as good though for like code or something. Well, I haven't used it for code a lot, but I know it's as good as a lot of things in the creative mode. Like, it does stories and stuff, or it can write an article or whatever. But yeah, people are gonna catch on to that even more, you know. So I think that's about it. Like, I didn't see anything else great in the scans, but yeah, the VIX was interesting today too. Like UVIX did like a reverse split or something, but because it was like $3, but the VIX was looking like it was going to go down all day, and then bam, we just got the VIX spike. The volatility is back, it looks like. So, and oil, I still have my oil short too with the SCO. I've got SCO calls, and those are up 160% now. I've got the 24 strike on the SCO, and it's just a double short on the ETF on crude. Like, it goes down twice as much as crude, the USO. Like, it tracks USO inverse, but I mean, you look at this one, yeah, it looks like it's a triangle or a wedge, really. Like, it's a nice wedge triangle, or like a bull flag. I mean, I'm gonna call it like a pennant. To me, it looks like a pennant, and oil looks like a pennant too. But it's actually, because I just drew these like a minute ago. Like, it's a nice triangular type pennant there. Like, a pennant has like kind of messy price where it's a little not quite as clear to me as like a triangle, but I'm kind of curious what the CL actually looks like, because this is just the ETF, so it's different. Wow. Yeah, that's different. We've got a descending triangle there, folks. I mean, I'm not biased on it too, and I draw that. I mean, that's just what it is right now. It's a descending triangle. Because that rally there wasn't strong enough to really break this downtrend momentum. So even conservatively, okay, like say conservatively, that's where it touched at the most. So at the highest, it touched there. And then there, still it's a descending triangle because like the that's kind of how you would see it if it's a triangle. Yeah, it's like a. But I never draw these lines because I can see it, as a triangle anyway. But if you don't know what a descending triangle is, that's what it looks like. And it's a very bearish setup or a pattern. A descending triangle is bearish because the price went down and then just keeps going up and like failing. Where an ascending triangle is bullish. And just for the sake of education, I'll just do that real quick too if I see one here. Surprised it didn't have any, but well, you can kind of see one there. It's like a triangle. That's like a symmetrical triangle there, basically. But an ascending is where it's that's a symmetrical. This one was an ascending right here. If we draw, yeah, there's the level there. Yeah, so that's an ascending where it sends up, goes up on the bottom because price is just going up and finding higher support, like higher and higher, like higher lows. So when it pops out there, it's a bullish pattern, and it actually played out bullish there too. So like it hammered twice off of that, but didn't have much follow through. But it was definitely up, off of that pop right there. So that's the thing I like about trading oil is oil trades really well on technicals. Like see this momentum it had there, it just kept it up, for weeks. It's like trades in channels really well. Like another channel, it just likes the channels, and then it's got a lot of levels there, but to me that looks like a bearish descending triangle. I could be wrong. I mean, it may not play out that way. It could fail, and it could, it could go the other way. It could go up, but it's definitely a triangle now. That's crude oil. The thing I like about the futures are it was way better to see them than the ETF's kind of sloppy. Well, it's pretty similar, but it's just like the gap ups make it hard to see. But so yeah, let's call it a wrap there, and I'll catch you next time.